youtube.com/openupyourmind101.
Without further ado, Professor Griff, you live is bigger than hip-hop. Greetings, brother. How you doing this evening?
All right, greetings. How are you, good brother?
I'm doing well. Everything is good.
All right.
Tonight, I definitely want to get into, your book. Your books. You got definitely a few titles that's in heavy circulation. Is to talk analytics. We want to get into the covert war in hip-hop. Definitely want to start there. Can you expand a little bit on your titles and some of the information that's provided in them?
Okay. Well, I started out not necessarily, I didn't set out to be a writer or author. It kind of fell in my lap simply because I was running into brothers that wanted to hand me their demo tape. And the presentation, that the way the brothers was presenting it was just all wrong. The packaging was wrong. The presentation was wrong. Just the whole setup. So what I did was I put together a resource information publication, 125-page book that just outlined and showed the brothers how to do it, how to copyright, how to trademark, how to set your songs up on the CD, just basically formatting the CD and just basically the CD duplication and the CDJ, the covers, the casing, everything that had to do with putting your project together. I put it in that particular book. That book sold well, and the music industry changed, and the book became outdated. When the music industry was digitized, and there was no longer CDs being sold in mass quantity at Tower Records or Best Buy or one of these stores, because they've the mom and pop shop definitely phased out. You could thank Tower Records, Best Buy, and Walmart for that. But all the multinational corporations that closed down the mom and pop stores, shops rather. And then my next book is Analytics. Analytics simply means critical thinking. It's 20 years of interviews and conversations by yours truly, Professor Griff, the Minister of Information for Public Enemy. So shortly after that book, I represented the psychological covert war on hip-hop, and I pulled it back in and added a chapter, The Illuminati's Takeover of Hip-Hop, as I began to go around the country and speak about the Illuminati. And then the last book that I put out was the acapella revolution, basically going into the storytellers, the griots, the MC, basically talking about that rich oral tradition of the spoken word, the rap artist, the MC, the storyteller, the griot. And the book that I'm working on now is an audio book. It's called The Warrior's Tapestry. It's an audio book. But that's it in a nutshell.
I see. You was running a little late, but we going in right now. We taking it straight tone. I definitely want to.
Yeah, let me just explain that real quick. A lot of times, when people want to interview me,
yeah.
And even when I have to meet with people on a business situation, we're gonna meet out somewhere to talk, I always ask people, call me and let me hear your voice. I've been set up so many times, man, by these agents. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
I don't move and go nowhere unless I hear somebody's voice, man.
Yes. That brings me into exactly what I want to get into. See, that's why I love it. Mind.tech mind. Now, when you're doing work this serious on this level, the vital information that you bring into the people that is dealing with life skills, life coaching, just vital information that they need to know. There's always consequences. There's always so many different things that come along with it, trials and tribulations, of course. Now, how important it is today when we're dealing with the psychological aspect of the covert war, how important is it today to do your research on the things that's out there, that's contained in your book? because, like, some people don't even have no idea of exactly what we're talking about. For one example, let's just talk about moving into the HD programming and a lot of the technology now, and what type of play does that have on certain people? Different people take different vibrations certain ways. Let's get into that information a little bit, Griff.
Oh, you said a mouthful. That's a whole lot of questions. I don't even know what part of that question to answer. But let me say this. I think anyone, it was told to me, how could someone debate with you dealing with politics if they don't know politics? How could someone debate with you on religion if they don't know religion? I don't claim to know. You understand what I'm saying? Every great philosopher said, know thyself. And I think that's what I focus on. I focus on me. So, the last bit I can only take you from this point back, and then we can bring it forward. The last, right. What I use as a gauge is the people that attack me. And I know that's sad to say, but the last few attacks that not physically. Shit, I'm waiting for them to bring it physically. I don't mind that, but they go up on Facebook and hide behind the computer, and they say stuff like Professor Griff is not leading people to God.
Oh, trio. Oh, this guy. Well, go ahead.
Oh, you know him. See, I don't know him.
Come on. I see everything.
Okay, so I had a conversation with him on the phone. He had called me up, and I answered the phone like I would for you or anybody else. So when he started talking about this Jesus thing, I'm like, bruh, I don't do the fake tooth fairy, man. He's like, what do you mean? I said, I don't do the fake concocted white bloody Jesus. I don't do it. So without being disrespectful or anything, you might as well just go down and call somebody else, because I just don't do it. I'm not that dude. I'm not having this debate or this discussion with you. The brother wanted to stay on the phone, man. I guess he got kind of emotional because I guess he claims I kind of disrespected his God. And I told him, well, that's your God. That ain't my God. So he got off the phone angry, and he put up a YouTube clip about Professor Griff is not leading people to God. And if I'm not leading people to God, I must be doing the devil's work. I said, well, okay, let's press the pause button. If you believe, and I want your listening audience, and you can do it too, go look up the word belief. It has nothing to do with facts. I'm going to say this again, slow. Go look up the word belief or believe. It has absolutely nothing to do with anything factual. So you can believe anything you want to. I often give the example, you can go out on I-85 going north and go kiss a Mack truck doing 110 miles an hour. You may believe that your ass will live, but you probably won't. Because the law of nature, the law of gravity says if you get hit by a truck doing 110 on 85, you will die. So you can believe you'll live, but actual fact, you probably won't. So you can believe anything you'd like to. That has nothing to do with actual fact. So if this gentleman, if he believes that Jesus is God, then he's absolutely correct. Griff is not leading people to God. If that's your God, I'm definitely not leading people to that. I'm leading them away from that. You understand what I'm saying? So I asked him a simple question, and I'm going to ask you and your listening audience this question. Go to your Bible and call me up and tell me where Jesus said that he was God. My number is 678-557-2919. 678-557-2919. Go to your Bible and let me know how many Bibles there were prior to the 1611 King James Version of the Bible, the one he authorized by a group of men, a secret society in which the Illuminati had their hand in it, where they hid their name in the scripture. And I asked them these two questions. Matter of fact, I think I asked them three. I asked them who was Adam's first wife prior to Eve. So he got off the phone angry at me and went and made a YouTube clip. And I'm like, bruh, I ain't your enemy. I'm just asking you some basic questions. You the one that believed in the Caucasian white bloody Jesus. I sent him to the ecumenical councils, to the Council of Nicaea, and I threw a couple of other councils where they made and concocted, they made up Christianity. And then I think he got offended when I called it churchianity, because all they do is just kind of go to church, and it becomes about church and not about anything else. So I asked him about the Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny and the white Jesus, and I said, I don't care about none of them. So now I end up being public enemy number one, and you get a chance to talk about me on YouTube and Facebook. That's cool. I like. I mean, I'm taking on all comers with the lip service. But I'm saying this, brother. Call me all the names you want, but come and present the truth. I don't mind you calling me names, man. I've sat in the lunchroom in high school, and we snapped on one another for hours. That don't mean nothing to me. Bring the truth. At the end of the day, bring the truth. And that's the only thing that's going to make me be quiet. So what I did was I offered the brothers some money. I said, listen, if you could prove to me that the white bloody dude on the cross ever existed, I'll pay you. I said, how much you want? Bring me the proof. I said, he says, well, how long do I have? I said, take as long as you want, but can you do it in my lifetime? I'm 53. And I'm still waiting. I put that challenge out there 4 years ago, and I'm still waiting for somebody to call me. Once again, my number is 678-557-2919. Don't call me with no BS about having faith and all that kind of madness. Look the word faith up. Once again, you can have a whole bunch of faith, because faith is not based on facts. Bring Griff the proof. That's what I want to see. Don't bring me no madness. So when we talk about how do you continue to progress forward and educate people and talk to people that don't necessarily study, Chuck D said it best. He said two things: how you sell soul to a soulless people that sold their soul. If you don't recognize what I'm bringing and humble yourself, you could go back, brother. Every lecture I've ever done, I open up in the name of the Creator. But because I don't say God or Jesus, people say, well, Griff, do you believe in God? I'm like, wow, that's a deep question, man. I'm like, why people ask me that question? Because I don't tote the Jesus line? No, I'm not going to do that. If you look up the word God is Greek. They said Jesus was Hebrew. You're confusing me already. Are you following me? So I'm like, no, but because I don't, because I say, when I look at you, I see the essence of God in you. You understand what I'm saying? Indeed. And all you have to do is be the brother that God created you to be, and we good. However you connect to the divine intelligence, that's on you, good brother. But if you stand up and pray, kneel down and pray, God gave every creature in nature their way of devotion. Am I talking too fast?
No.
Okay. God gave every creature on the planet their way of devotion. Your way is not the butterfly's way, right or wrong. My way is not the ant's way. Everything on the planet has its way of submitting to God. That's all. Plain and simple. My way is probably just not your way. That's all. So I'm in constant submission to do the will of the Creator. You understand what I'm saying? I try to stay in harmony and in sync with that. Now, do Professor Griff make mistakes? Yes, I do. Do my elders got to come and check me? Yes, they do. I'm not beyond reproach, and neither should you be. Anybody can call me and say, Griff, you said something that's quite not correct. Yada, yada, yada. Here's the proof. Here's some information. Go look it up. Da, 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 da. And I'm good. And I'm humbled. But to attack me and say I'm doing the work of the devil, I think not. I don't think God would bless me to reach so many people and quicken so many spirits and wake up so many minds if I'm doing the work of the devil. But anyway, brother, I don't want to ramble on.
It's all good. We definitely like to deal with clarification and actual facts. You know, we do not take nothing on face value at all. And right now, this coincide with everything that's going on with current events. When we deal with issues, just like in your book, analytics, and we deal with actual facts and really delving into stuff, you never ever compromise your music or facts that you stand by, and that is imperative today. We deal, our audience, we have a lot of youth that's tuned in, a lot of parents, a lot of students at elementary, college levels, things of that nature. Tell them the importance, of being responsible of filtering out certain things that's out there for us in the hip-hop, because not everything is hip-hop. A lot of things is packaged today with the label of hip-hop and not even knowing the original elements or none of them things. Break some of that information down for us today, Griff.
Well, any artist that chooses to come into this culture called hip-hop at least have to understand what the culture is about. I was at a panel discussion at a college in Baltimore, and I think it was Baltimore Community College, and I asked, I was the moderator, I asked the panel discussion, Wise, Intelligent, and a few other people, I asked everyone, give me the 4 fundamental elements of hip-hop. And then I asked them, what is the 5th one? And then give me the mission statement that African Bambaataa and the founding fathers of hip-hop have laid out for hip-hop. Wise, Intelligent, and a few other, Narubi Selah, and a few other people answered me, but the people from the radio station, they didn't even know. Young people don't even know. You mean to tell me, brother, they offered you a job making 6-7 figures, and you go to the job and you know nothing about the job? You tell me you want to be in hip-hop, but you absolutely know nothing about the founding fathers, can't name them, can't name the 4 elements or the 5th one, can't give me anything of the mission statement, the purpose of hip-hop in the early days. You got to at least know the history. So that's why I have to begin with a lot of people. And when I wrote my book, The Atlanta Music Biz, RIP, Resource Information Publication, inside of the book, I believe on page 97, I had a test. And what I did sometimes is in interviews like this, I would give the test to the people that are listening to see if they can even pass the test. Can I do that real quick? You got about 2 minutes?
Oh, for sure, absolutely.
Okay, do me a favor, and if you don't have a pen and paper handy, just do it in your mind, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, those that are within the sound of my voice, y'all can take the test too. Take a pen, put it to the paper, make a circle. Then draw a cross from one top of the circle to the bottom of the circle, from left to right. All right? Turn the paper sideways and do the same thing again, where you end up with 8 pieces of the pie. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Inside of that circle with all of those pieces of the pie, draw another circle right in the middle, a nice small one, and put inside of that circle CD. That is your main product. You made a CD. You went in the studio. You paid your money. You made a CD of 10 songs, blazing songs. You think are hot. Here you are now on your way. Here's the test, though. You claim you want to be in the music industry, right? Fill in 8 pieces of that pie with the different ways you get paid in the music industry.
Wow.
Now, we don't have time for people to answer that, but answer that in your own mind. So as I'm talking to young people and they want to get in the music industry, they're just looking at the outcome. They're not looking at the hard work that goes in it. They don't look at the study. They don't look at having to know how to read. Hell, you got to pass 9th grade damn math to be in the music industry. Am I right or wrong? And I don't mean to talk about people, but I swear, man, there's 2 people I'd like to mention, but I don't want to call nobody out today. 2 rich brothers that we know, very popular.
Yes.
Brothers in the music industry don't even know how to read. I seen one of them at the Soul Train Music Awards, and he was supposed to read from the teleprompter, and he was looking around for someone to help him because he didn't know the words.
Yes.
Oh, this is the shame. This brother got over $200-300 million.
Yes.
And can't read. there's one brother that got, some trouble 4 or 5 years ago, and from Chicago. I don't want to mention no names, but I'm just saying. He can't read a lick. I'm like, come on, man. Not computer literate, can't read, can't write. And I'm just saying, with all this money, why don't we just take our time to learn some basic things about the music industry? If we claim that we want to be in the music industry, now I've been talking for 5 minutes now, so I'm sure you got those 8 pieces of the pie filled in, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, talk to me. What's the first one?
Well, we're dealing with distributing music.
Wait. We don't own any distributing companies, man. Stop that. No, we don't own not one damn pizza factory. No shoestring factory. We don't own that. No.
Oh, I was
Tell me, listen, bro, listen. If you're an artist, you have a CD, that's your product. How do you get paid? What are the other ancillary properties that go along with your CD coming out? How else do you get paid? Because they're not selling CDs anymore, right?
Absolutely.
So the first one should be, I'm going to get paid from downloads, digital downloads. Mm-hmm. Someone downloading my songs for 99 cents a piece, right?
Okay.
Okay, I gave you that one. Since you said distribution, I helped you out with that one. Give me the other 7.
Number 7 to be, let's see, ringtones.
Oh, okay, I'll go for that one. Ringtones. Okay. That's 2 down. Let's go.
Video.
No, you don't get paid for videos. You pay other people to do videos. You don't get paid for that.
Some people don't get paid like promo commercials or soundtracks.
No. Like, give me an example. When you say commercial, what do you mean? For example, if Cadillac came along and they say, yo, Griff, I like that song you did, man. Number 9 on your CD. Do you mind if we license that and take that and put in our Cadillac commercial and we'll pay you? Fine. But what is that called, brother?
When somebody take your music and utilize it like that?
No, I mean, you signing a deal with them. They want to use your music, so they come.
To a deal.
Okay, but my thing is, I don't want to put you or anybody else on the spot. These people take your music and they license it out. You license your music out to Cadillac to use in their commercial. All right?
Right.
And then you make the deal with Cadillac. But that's called licensing. There's publishing. There's merchandise. There's live shows. There's a few different ways you get paid. But those are the things I would ask young people, and they don't even know. They need to take basic Professor Griff Music Biz 101. Are you following me?
Yeah, absolutely.
And these are some of the basic things, man, that are offered church groups and youth groups and business people with artists on their labels to come teach them and have this class for them. And they ignore this kind of stuff. The average artist is dumb. So I give them examples like Sam Cooke and other people, man, that own their own masters. Ray Charles. I tell those histories and those stories about how smart and intelligent those brothers were.
Mm-hmm.
You following me?
Yeah, absolutely.
But once again, we don't read, so we wouldn't understand those stories.
Yes. Well, I see since you don't put the quiz out there, man, you got the lines lighting up like crazy, like people want to take the challenge or something. The boards is going crazy with the callers, and that's real. That's real information right there. When we want to root out the myths, there's been just lies for years, and grow the new generation. These generations coming in, our youth, with the truth. We're not talking about no white man running down chimneys, or as you stated earlier, white men sit up on crosses and Easter bunnies, and we teaching our children to go for the illusion at birth when you just go along to get along. Nowadays, people are awake. It's the information age. You the minister of information. Come on. Now, you always utilize your voice as a platform to be responsible and put out pertinent knowledge. Not everybody view it as such, of being having that responsible, being, responsible as an artist. You always put out great information that pertain to that, positive information or things that people can research that'll help them along their way of growth and development in life. Now, what's your view on that when we deal with getting into the truth and the content that's coming out right now?
I'm laughing because the internet is something else, and young people are calling me because they're challenging their parents on the religious thing, on the political thing, on the education thing. And they're challenging their parents, and parents don't know what to do now because back in the day, parents used to say, well, just sit down, shut up, don't question God. Just have faith. Da-da-da-da-da. Nowadays, can't say that nowadays, parents. I'm sorry. Children are up on the internet, and they know what the truth is now. Now you got to come clean. So you can't lie to them about fat white dudes sliding down the chimney in the projects where there are no chimneys. You understand what I'm saying? You got to tell the truth. And not only do young people want the truth, they want it raw, and they want the real truth.
Yes.
Who is Santa Claus, excuse me, it's a slip of the tongue. Who is Santa Claus? You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
What does the tree mean? What does the decorations on the tree mean? Why does the book of Jeremiah talk about it's the heathen who go in the forest and chop down the tree and deck it with silver and gold? That's in the Bible. So now young people are finding these things out and questioning their parents, and the parents don't know what to say because they've been lying all this time.
Yes. Matter of fact, let's see what the people want to say. Caller from the 443-837, caller 443 area code. Go ahead, you live on the air with Professor Griff. State your name and where you calling from. Caller from the 443, you live on the air. State your name and where you calling from. All right, they might be on hold. Now, caller from the 404, caller from the 678, you live on the air with Professor Griff. State your name and where you calling from. That's why I can't stand these dashboards. They gonna work however they want to work. All right, Chris, go ahead. You already know, but go ahead and move right along.
Oh, okay. So in other words, when young people now have not only discovered, but are able to resonate and do cross-referencing, and they have their own way of studying and gathering information now. It's not like back in the day when I kind of came up. When I came up, you had to go to the library because that's the only place that had the information. Because I didn't have enough money to go buy the books to find out what the truth is. So, it's critical, man.
Yes.
What I did was stand at the feet at the elders to learn, to get it the oral way, the oral tradition. So I listened to the orators. I listened to the speakers, the researchers. I listened to the lecturers. And you got it that way. I'm just saying, I'm asking the question to young people that are listening. Where are the people of your day? You understand what I'm saying? When I came up, people relied on Public Enemy and hip-hop and Grand Nubians and Poor Righteous Teachers, Queen Latifah, KRS-One and other artists for information. Chuck D said rap music is the CNN for the black community. That generation coming up after me, who speaks for y'all? Kendrick Lamar, Lupe Fiasco, who? You understand what I'm saying? Which I know both of those brothers, and I love their work. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, but who's that person that's going to speak? So this is one of the questions that I often ask my son. Who's going to speak for your generation to lay out the truth? So we have to take these things into account. And parents shouldn't be frightened and afraid. Parents just need to step their game up. You understand what I'm saying? My children, they always can come to me and ask me questions. Sure, I don't mind. I have an answer for them. And if not, we can sit down at the computer side by side and figure it out. We can definitely figure it out. And nowadays, parents are running from the children. They're afraid of them because if you've been lying all your life about the Democratic and the Republican Party, this whole two-party system is full of crap. You understand what I'm saying? Look up the word Democrat, excuse me. That was another slip of the tongue. Look up the word Democrat. Look up the word Republican. All right? I said on about a year or so ago that the vote is a scam. The vote is a scam. So said that and put that out there, people started calling like, what do you mean? I said the Republican Party and the Democratic Party are two wings of the same damn bird. Both of them are corrupt and controlled by the same people. Plain and simple. But when I put that information out there, you know, I got attacked because in my book, Analytics, I talked about the Obama deception. And I laid that whole thing out about AFRICOM and going to how they plan on controlling and recolonizing Africa, which is critical, but that's a little bit deeper for people. We're not going to go into that. So you might want to check your board again, see if these callers are ready, because I got to get ready to get off the line.
Absolutely. What it is, I think the board is not connecting with bringing the calls in, but I'll strive to do it again right now. Caller from the 443, you live on the air with Professor Griff. Go ahead and state your name, where you calling from. Keep going. Caller from the 404, you live on the air with Professor Griff.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead, brother.
Oh, what's going on, brother? Nah, I just chimed in. I just was listening to Griff. I agree wholeheartedly with what he talking about. You know, these parents, they falling by the wayside, as we will, because something's happening with the youth where they're not feeling, you know, they're not feeling the same thing we felt when we was coming up. They got no, as far as life is concerned, you know, they all think the whole world's against them. And we thought the same thing, but he's right. They know what it is because they looked it up on the internet. So I agree with everything Griff is saying. And that's coming from me, from a brother that grew up in New York.
Okay.
And when I was Griff,
right. When I was coming up, I had no other choice but to listen to what my mom said. My father passed on when I was 6. And my mom said, listen, this is what it is how I'm raising you. I just showed a level of respect. Although I knew when I got to a certain age and started studying, my mom wasn't that correct about some things. But I didn't beat my mom upside the head with it. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but I still respected my mom because my mom ruled with an iron fist because there was 12 other brothers and sisters I had. You understand what I'm saying? And you had to show mom respect. Nowadays, these young people nowadays, they don't care.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but your mom's demanded respect. She demanded that respect back then. And that's where these cats, these parents these days are losing it because they're not demanding it and it's transferring over with the kids and they not respecting no elders.
Right.
That's what we losing them at.
And then and another thing, if I had a disagreement with you, right? We in the hood.
Right.
If I had a disagreement with you, I would just at least ask you for a fair one and we knuckle up in the playground. You understand what I'm saying? Give each other a fair one after that.
Right.
We might even be friends later on. Now, these cats will stab and shoot you.
Yeah. I mean, you know, we took a L. If you had to take a L, you had to take a L. Plenty of times we got beat down around the block by the older cat. That's because we came out our mouth with something fly and that we know we had no business saying, and we took the L.
Right. And we knew one day I'm going to see the brother, so I better kind of curb my mouth and be quiet. But these cats will be threatening me over the internet. They know more than likely I'm not going to see them. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah,
and they can do that now and get away with hiding behind an IP address.
Yeah. And that's with everything. That's with linking up with a chick or whatever. They all hiding from this. No, that whole personal thing is being left at a light. Period. Right.
Internet thugs, man. Cyber gangsters, man.
Absolutely. Yeah. Caller, do you have a question for Professor Griff?
No. I just want to tell him I agree with him. I've been following Griff since I've been coming up in old school, yo. And I agree with everything he's saying.
I definitely appreciate you weighing in and calling in.
No doubt.
And supporting this show, bro. We're going to move on to another caller so they can put their knowledge on. Keep supporting, and thank you, brother. Caller from the 678. You live on the air with Professor Griff. State your name, where you calling from.
This is Jermaine from Beaufort, Georgia. How you doing, Professor Griff?
Maintaining. How you feel, good brother? Jermaine?
Man, you know what? I'm feeling good. Hey, I got a question for you. What do you think of, this new I call it a new society because, I'm 41, and I used to listen to you, Public Enemy, and I was raised on real hip-hop music. Even though I'm from Georgia, I really never listened to the Southern music. I've traveled all over, and I was raised on, real hip-hop music, and I just listen to a lot of things today. I think there's some creative artists out there, but I think a lot of the stuff is watered down, and our kids listen to it. But the question I'm here to ask is, I see a lot of parents, they have bought into the scheme of things when it comes to these kids. They want to be the kids' friends. I see a lot of young kids, teenagers. My father today never heard me curse. I have that much respect for my father. My mother haven't never heard me curse. And I see kids, they're saying whatever they want to their parents. They basically tell their parents what to do, and it's conditions in the house now. So my question to you is, how did this turn about? Is it just because it's the new age and everybody's trying to be hip, or is just a way of I don't want to per se say this word, just a way of the government trying to control black people's homes? Because I see it more in the black families than anybody else.
Well, if you look at Dr. Umar Abdullah Johnson's work, we can get firsthand information from a brother who is a teacher, and he works with the Philadelphia public school system. As a matter of fact, he's trying to build his own school so we can properly educate black children. But I think some of the things that you said are absolutely correct. Children are coming up now, and the values, brother, what we value have changed. And the whole idea of the attack on the black family is upon us, but trying to get individuals, meaning mom and dad, to understand basic life principles in dealing with racism, white supremacy is so very, very difficult. The majority of the people that I have the issues with, not I have issues with them, they have the issue with me, are religious people. And if you look up, for example, I ask everybody, give me a working fundamental definition of what racism is. And it's difficult for people to get that out their mouth. They think it's discrimination or they think it's being prejudiced, and it's neither one. Are you following me? It's a local and global system dynamic, and it's set up and structured by white people who classify themselves as white. Now, whether consciously or subconsciously determined, all right, sometimes some of them don't even know.
Correct.
And we have to understand, and it's a system that's set up. One sister told me today on Facebook, she says, well, listen, I'm thinking about when she heard about the school shooting in Georgia. She says, you know something, I'm moving out of the country. I said, where are you going? It's there. Wherever you're going to go, you're going to run right into racism.
Absolutely.
Oprah was traveling recently overseas. Now, Oprah got $1 billion daggone dollars, right or wrong.
You're right.
The lady told Oprah to basically get out of her store. You can't afford this purse. Can you imagine that?
Wow.
So those people that are out there talk about, it's all about money, man. You got to hit them where it hurts. You got to hit them in the pocket. They don't care nothing about that money. They make it every day. You know how much old money that they burn every day? Money doesn't mean anything to them. They use it as a means to control us. The dollar's only worth, what, maybe 8 cents? And we foolish enough to pick up the gun in the night to go out and kill one another over some dead presidents. You understand what I'm saying?
I absolutely understand. Hey, Professor Griff, and that is all true. You know what? I have it's a young man that he is going to turn the tide when it comes to hip hop rappers. His name is ATG, called Amari the Great, and they redid Self-Destruction. And man, you need to just go on YouTube one day and just check out this young man, Amari the Great. I think you'll be really pleased because he is really turning the tide when it comes to hip-hop. He's like 14 or 15 years old, but his wisdom is like a 35-year-old man. Some of the stuff he's saying, and just it's all positive, and I wish our kids, lean more toward that way rather than a lot of this other negative stuff because, the school systems even now, my daughter goes to Mill Creek, and this wasn't in my school when I went to school. They even got things now where, they got gay classes and gay parties and, it's crazy. You mean to tell me you can't have religion in schools, but you basically tell our kids and condone them that bisexual and homosexuality is great, which is man, that's a slap in my face from everything I've been taught. And I'm speaking in my home, and it's like so many parents and so many kids are conditioned to this now. They're like, "What's the big deal?" They don't really realize it's like a black sheet going over your face, and you don't even realize you walking, you live and walking in hell. You just don't understand what you're doing.
Right.
And I try to tell my daughter and my sons that, and they see it every day. At Mill Creek High School, dudes walking down the hall kissing young lady. I'm like, that is not normal.
No, I don't really think they care about what's normal nowadays. They're gonna set the agenda forward, and they're gonna give you the meaning and the definition and the parameters on what's normal. You're not going to be normal in a minute. And if you think the way that you're talking right now, you may get jumped on or arrested, because this is the norm now has become questionable.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying? What shocked and surprised me, I'm seeing these big mega churches now marrying gay people. It's never been a problem. It's never been a problem with me, with who the next man or the woman sleep with. That's not my issue. I don't care who you sleep with. Why do you have to put it on the front page, though?
Right.
Why do you have to put it on Front Street?
Right. Why you try to push it in my kid's face to make it seem like, I'm teaching them wrong. That's the way I feel. Like,
exactly.
It's just,
so I'm saying they can do whatever they feel that they want to do, but why are you going to force it on my children and me? So that's just another subject and another talk that we need to have a roundtable discussion, because it affects the black family. Once again, it's something else that affects the black family. When we come to the table of accountability, we got to bring the gays to the table to have the discussion. The gangbangers, drug dealers, the preachers, the pimps, the politicians, the educators. We got to bring them all to the table.
Hey, Professor Griff, I can ask a ton of questions, man. I mean, this is first of all, I'm a fan of yours. Second of all, man, I got so many questions I want to ask you, and just relate, to the audience. Like the social media. I think social media is good when you putting out positive things, but man, when you go on like these Facebooks and Instagram, man, it's crazy. You can't even go on. It's crazy. And my daughter got a page, and I see some of the stuff on there, man. I'm just like, that's not right. That's not normal.
Yeah, but you can't discipline it, because if you discipline it, now the state is going to step in.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right.
Yes, it gets ridiculous. That in itself is ridiculous. I definitely appreciate you calling in, caller, and your questions definitely for adding on to this great conversation. I have to move right along into the next situation. I know Professor Griff, you got to run. Caller, you can go ahead and peace out, Professor Griff. Thank you for your time and energy, sir.
Oh, Gift, I really appreciate that, man. People can go to my website if they want to order DVDs or order my books. www.pgriff.info. That's pgriff.info. Or you can just call me, 678-557-2919. And listen, family, don't get bothered and moved, and don't wear your sensitivity on your sleeve when you call me or you email me or whatever. Let's just have an adult, mature dialogue about whatever conversation that you wanna have. All right. But anyway, I thank you, good brother. Really appreciate you, man. As I always say, revolution is not an event; it's a process, man. We'll talk.
Absolutely. I'm gonna strive to check in with you monthly. We have to have these type of dialogues on a regular basis. You already know.
All right.
I appreciate your time and energy, Griff. You have a blessed travel.
Peace, man.
Stay safe. Peace.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
YouTube.com/openupyourmind101